singing, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 test, 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 testing, 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 test ickles. Welcome everyone to episode 946 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. And the board is blank today. It is completely fucking blank because today is going to be the straight shit. So you can put whatever you want, fill in the blank on the board. Welcome to episode 946. Thanks for joining live on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, and everywhere else. Remember, got some new drops, got some new stuff going on, some new digs. I will have a new YouTube video coming this weekend. There's also been a new drop on the Gain Train, 2 new drops, new workout, new article. You can go check it out. The Gain Train blog, it's on swolenormousx.com. And don't forget to check out swolenormousapparel.com because Christmas is right around the corner. Got to spread the gains. So if you're interested in some swole gear, check it out, swolenormousapparel.com. This episode is brought to you, sponsored by Everest and K2 flexing on you, and the gorillas in the Congo want to say hello. Yeah, that's it. That's right. What's going on, fam? What up? How much coffee have you had today? I don't think you've had as much as Papa Swolio. I don't think you've had quite as much as Papa Swolio. Probably not. You got to step up your coffee game. You have to step up your coffee game. What up, Instagram? What's going on? Everyone signing in. What's up, Dale, Dylan, Josh, Mike? What up? Noon Swole. Well, we're before noon a little bit. I like to do the Daily Swole a little bit earlier in the day. I miss doing it earlier. I feel better earlier in the day. I like to get it done. This is like my rock. Remember yesterday? I think it was yesterday. But if you have your keystone, your focus point of the day, whatever that is, whether it's your workout, for me, in my case, it's the podcast. What is your rock? What is your anchor? If you get that thing done first thing in the morning, first thing in the day, or one of your first top priorities, you are going to feel accomplished. You're going to feel excellent. It's going to make your entire day so much better. So much better. I feel so much better. I really do. I feel better every time I do the Daily Swole earlier in the day. I don't know if it's just, it reminds me of back when, but it's also a lot cooler now. It's a lot cooler in Florida because I got to turn off the air. I got to turn off the fan. I got to close the windows. So it's not really ideal in the summer when you're doing a show at high noon and you're just cooking in like 100 degree humidity. It's disgusting. So now that the humidity has dropped and it's cooler, it's fine to do it around this time of day. So it has to be either really early or it has to be later on in the afternoon after the kind of the heat wave passes. So I hope that you are taking your Saturday, your opportunity to get your pump on. I am going to get my pumpathon. I can't wait. I'm very, very excited to get my fucking slam wise on. And I hope you are the same. What's up from Indiana? What's up, Shane? Today is Your Shitty Facehole. This episode is titled Your Shitty Facehole. So let's talk about your shitty facehole. What is your shitty facehole? Does anyone know what a shitty facehole is? That's right. It's your mouth. It's your mouth. You can call it your shitty mouth. You can call it your shitty facehole mouth. You can call it your shitty poop shoot in the face poop shoot. This is where you put calories in. This is where you put the energy in. That's right. We're going to do like Follow the Bouncing Ball. We're going to do like a little children's book today. All right. Your face, your mouth is where the food goes in. Shocker. That's where your food enters. It enters right here. This is the season. 'Tis the season for losing your gains, or 'tis the season for putting on tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of extra gains. This is the time of year, the last part. This is the last leg. We had Halloween. We had Thanksgiving. Now we have the double, the two towers, like Lord of the Rings. We have the two towers. You have Christmas and you have New Year's coming right behind it. So you're starting to get family come in. You're starting to prioritize buying shit that you don't fucking need for people that you don't really fucking care about. And you're going to be doing this for the next 2 weeks. It's almost in the teens in December. My goodness. You have Christmas on the 25th. If you celebrate Hanukkah, you do that kind of stuff. I don't know all the details about it. Do your thing. It's not as binge worthy as Christmas and New Year's, but you have that period, right? Remember the taint of the year is the 26th to the 31st or the 30th, really. You have like those 4 days where you're just kind of in between Christmas, you're blown out, you're on vacation, or you're relaxing, you're kind of going to work, you're kind of not, you're kind of punched out, you're thinking in the back of your head, oh, New Year's coming, I got a plan for New Year's, I got to go somewhere so I can go, yay, at 12 o'clock. That bullshit. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't really care. There's nothing to celebrate. It's another day. On the other hand, I am like preparing for psychologically and with work and stuff for the rush of people that are going to try to fix after the fact, fix the problems that they fucking expose themselves to voluntarily for the past months. You know, everyone's trying to clean up shop in January. Everyone's trying to get started in January. Everyone's going to have those bullshit New Year's resolutions that are going to last 3 or 4 weeks and before they fall off. It happens every year. Every fucking year. I'm starting to see when I go to the gym, I see those stupid local news is probably the worst thing in the world. I think local news is like watching someone else's children play t-ball. That's what it is. It's like watching a little league game and your children aren't even playing in it. You just don't give a shit. It sucks. You don't care. You don't care who wins. You want someone to get hurt, but they don't really often. You love it. You laugh when they cry, right? That's what the local news is. That's what the local news is. And they're talking about resolutions already. They're talking to these older women that are doing aerobics classes. Like, how do you stay so young? She's like, I move. I do chair aerobics. And you're like, oh my God, this chick has never lifted a weight in her entire life. Literally for 80 or 90 years, all she's done is like Richard Simmons workouts and Jane Fonda and all that stuff. Back when there was like, the 80s cardio rage. So New Year's resolutions are coming up. So the rage is going to start coming back. We're going to start having those rage episodes, fucking trying to get in people's faces for resolutions. You're going to see my posts change a little bit. You're going to see those posts on Instagram and here on Facebook. Fuck your resolutions. If you are planning and you're setting yourself up for January 1st, I want you to really consider the fact that you're setting yourself up for fundamental failure. It sounds like a good idea. Every year, it sounds like a good idea. I know it. It sounds like a good idea because it's contextual. It's the time of year. It's December. It's going to be January. It makes sense. Oh, a New Year's resolution. It's a new year. The calendar goes from a 12 to 1. And now it's 1-1 and 1-2. It's so fresh. There's a new number at the end of the whole thing. It's 2019. It's a brand new year. What you have to think about is every single day, every single hour, every single minute is hurtling past. And every single moment right now, you are missing that chance to get started. You are losing time. You are never gaining time. Whatever it is with calories, you can gain calories, you can gain energy, you can gain weight, you can lose weight, you can build muscle, you can lose muscle, you can get stronger, you can get weaker, you can get more endurance, you can lose endurance, you can get more flexibility or more mobility, you can lose more mobility and flexibility. What you cannot get in terms of fitness and anything in life, you can get more money, you can lose money, you're never going to get more time. Ever, 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 you will never get more time. They haven't figured that out yet, right? Time machine has not been invented. You cannot gain more time. Literally, you cannot gain more time. However, what if I were to tell you that fitness is a time machine? Fitness is a type of time machine where you are going to create the ability and the environment in which your body can have more hours, have more minutes, have more days, and even have more years by taking control of your health, by being healthier, by eating better foods, by exercising, by treating your body with respect. You are essentially adding time. Now, it might be time that you wouldn't have if you continued down the shitty pathway. You're not necessarily adding, going back into the 80s, not going back into the 90s, not turning back the clock, but you are keeping yourself alive and healthier at a younger age, which is going to carry over into the next decades, which is going to carry over into the future. And I'm really, in terms of life, I'm right in the middle. I'm 35. I'm not really in the middle. I'm at the beginning, kind of like, the back half, the back nine of the beginning portion of life. But I'm old enough to understand what it's like to age. And I've had enough experiences to know what it looks like when you get old and frail and brittle and you can't do shit. So I'm at that period, you say like, oh, midlife crisis. I'm having like a midlife health crisis. When I look around, I'm like, oh my fucking Lord, I never want to look like that. I never want to be like that. I never want to be immobilized like that. And I actually go to a gym. My gym is not like a hardcore bodybuilder gym. Okay, it's not a hardcore bodybuilder gym. It's very, very convenient because it's close to where I work and stuff. It's very close to here, and it gives me access to go to the gym. It's small. It doesn't ever really get crowded, ever. It's just a really nice place. I like the people. I mean, it's a good spot. It's a good spot. And you could look at, I could look at it two different ways. One, I'm not really necessarily inspired because people aren't going in there chalking up and there's not hardcore music playing and people lifting super fucking heavy. I'm like the biggest guy in there, one of them. And I don't go there for my ego. I don't go there to stroke my ego. I actually go there for that kind of, I go to that gym for the opposite of what most people go to a gym for. Most people want to go and be around an environment where people are just fucking crushing it, right? They're just trying to get huge and build muscle and training super hard. I like going to that gym because there's a lot of old people that go there. I like looking around and seeing these people struggle moving and, getting off these machines and do, form and like be really stiff and like shuffling around. I like that. I don't like it for them, but I think it's the opposite type. It's the strongest type of motivation because when I see that, I think to myself, fuck, I got to train. I never want to look like that. It puts real shit into perspective. And sure, there are older people that are also lifting weights hard and like, okay, hey, I want to, I hope to be like that when I'm older too. But we don't really get that kind of motivation or inspiration often. We don't look at it like that often enough. We try to aspire. I want 6-pack abs. I want, you want these things that are going to go. It's okay to perform highly. It's okay to perform well. It's okay to excel. It's great. You want to challenge yourself, but I think we need some perspective too. And we don't get that perspective a lot. Not everyone is around old people. Not everyone thinks about it in that way. But you're going to be there, whether you like it or not. You're going to be 60, 70, 80 if you're lucky. And whether you like it or not, you're going to be there. You're going to be there. If you're watching this and you're 20, you're going to be there. If you're watching this and you're 40 or 50, you're going to be there. The more you age and the more you go through life and the more experience you have, the more you realize, okay, I'm going to be there. However, that realization starts to come when you're 40, 50, and then you're like, shit, I got to get started. And you've already been subject to a lot of injuries and issues that you have to unravel. So why not start sooner? My whole platform here with Swolenormous and with Swolenormous X and the Daily Swole podcast and everything that I'm doing is very interesting because I'm not, extremely old by any standard. I have muscle, so I look like the kind of guy that would be on Instagram and this and flexing, be like, just get huge, look like this, and you'll get ripped real quick. Like, yeah, man, abs are everything, abs are everything, get pumped. So I look like one of those fucking YouTuber fitness jabronis who's just all about getting huge and promoting themselves to like 18-year-old and 20-year-old impressionable males that will just take anything and try to do anything and think that's the most important thing. However, all my stuff and all my messages are geared towards essentially that transitional period, right? 30 to 50. And that's who I'm impacting the most, I feel. I'm trying to get it younger. I'm trying to skew it younger in a sense. I'm not really trying to, I should say, because I want my message to be heard by anyone who's willing to hear it. Because even if you're 50 or 60, you can still get a lot from what I'm saying. And especially if you're 30, 40, 50, right? And you're kind of like on that like fringe, that gray area where you're not really sure what you should be doing. Can I build a lot of muscle? Should I be training super hard? Should I be focusing for the future? You don't want to be like 1 foot in the water. You don't want to be like 1 toe in and not be training hard. I'm not telling anyone not to train hard and not to push yourself. You got to keep your strength. You got to lift hard, train hard. I'm not telling you not to do that. However, as you get older and as you experience more injuries and more strain and your lifestyle changes and your priorities change, you start having kids or you have other things you're trying to do, building businesses, whatever it is, it's easy for fitness and for health to fall by the wayside, especially when we're sitting down so often. We're looking down at our phones and our posture is all changing. The food is getting more and more synthesized and ubiquitous, and we're losing that kind of natural, the real shit we're supposed to be doing as human beings, as creatures. We're losing that. So it's important to come back to that. It's important to come back to that realization that you are here passing through. You're passing through. You're passing through time. You're passing through your life. You are going to be in that place. You're going to be in that age range. You're going to die. You're going to decay. You're going to break down. What are you doing today that is going to put you in a better position to do that gracefully, to live your life and do the things that you want to do for as long as you can? This is what we have to make a decision with. I posted on Instagram and Facebook, do you want to eat that? Do you really want to eat that? A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, I do. I really do want to eat that. Yup, I love that pizza. Fucking pizza life, tacos. Okay, I know it sounds funny, Taco Tuesday. To me, it sounds like diarrhea, inflammation, and just people that just don't care. You're trying to justify things, and you've done a great job. You've done a great job justifying all these bad decisions. You as an individual, you listening, you as an individual, society as a whole have done an amazing job marketing unhealthy shit to the point where we don't even know which way is up and down anymore. Everything is a joke. Everything is you only live once. Everything is like have fun. Everything is shiny. It's this, it's that. And people are fucking miserable. People are miserable. They don't look the way they want. They don't feel good. They're on medication, but it's voluntary. You're voluntarily putting yourself on medication by eating this shit for fucking years. You're putting yourself on medication by not taking your health into your own control, by not Googling things, by not being proactive with your health. Every time you eat something, think about it. Is this helping me? If it's not helping you, why the fuck are you eating it? You're not eating the right shit. You wouldn't feed your child. Well, a lot of you do feed your children like shit, but you give your dog food. I mean, you should be giving your dog real food. I feed Papa Swole grass-fed beef and organ meats and sweet potato. She eats real food. I mean, dog food is filled with fucking chemicals too, but you feed other things, animals, your children. You take care of other people, and you'll tell other people to eat healthy. You get the hypocrisy, telling other people what they should be doing, trying to discuss and explain things to people that you care about. What about yourself? You have to treat yourself like a different person. You have to treat yourself like a third person. You have to. You only have one chance. Once you fuck something up, once you make these irreparable damages, you can't unwind them. You really can't. It's really hard to turn back the clock. It's really hard to fix diabetes. It's possible, but it's really hard. It's really hard to fix heart disease. It's really hard to, once you're at that point, once you're at that brink, like, do you need medication? It's possible that you might need it if you get to a point where you just can't reverse it naturally with food and nutrition and proper exercise. Like, you don't want to do damage to your body that you can't repair. And yeah, Monica, perspective definitely changes. It absolutely changes as you get older. And I've been lifting consistently for about 18 years. It's coming up on 20 years. So I've been lifting hard. And yeah, I've gone through different periods where I've cut weight. So, I mean, you're like, well, people might say, well, you're not that big for lifting for all that time. Yeah, but I haven't been trying to bulk. I've been trying to bulk and get as huge as I can for 20 years. It's exhausting. So I would bulk up and that would cut back down and I would get more into mobility and I would get more into endurance training. I've done a little bit of everything. And I've seen where things lead to injury because I've suffered them myself, like aches and pains and stress fractures and tendonitis and things like that, doing all this endurance and doing those obstacle course races and shit like that are just, more or less unnecessary. They're weekend warrior type things that really fuck people up because they're not athletes. They're accountants that want to go play in the mud and they end up fucking hurting themselves. You have a lot of anomalies. You have people that love that stuff and it's fine. You can have what you enjoy. But if you make that a priority and you train properly for whatever activity you're doing, whatever it is, whether you're hiking, whether you're doing whitewater rafting, mountain climbing, as long as you're balancing out the body and you're caring for yourself in order to do what you love to do longer and more consistently, that's what you should be doing. So whatever you like, it doesn't matter if you love to lift weights and build muscle, it doesn't matter if you love cardiovascular, fine, do that. If you're going to be on this earth and you're going to enjoy yourself, you need to do what you like. You just need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself so you can do that. And there's so many people that exercise and use exercise as a crutch, as an excuse to eat like shit, to binge, to cheat, right? I get my cheat day, reverse dieting, flexible dieting. No, you're just you have no willpower and you're making excuses. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you to eat that shit. It doesn't help you to eat artificial flavors and preservatives. It doesn't help you. Oh, but there's no science. Bullshit. You can't use your common sense. You can't use your fucking head to think that sugar and processed fucking things are made in a lab are probably not good for your body. You can't look around and see how disease is rampant in our society because of these foods. It's not a joke. It's not made up. You don't need a fucking scientific test for everything. Just look. Use your common sense. You say common sense isn't common. No shit. But also just ignorance, just voluntary ignorance is also very convenient because if you're ignorant to it and you ignore it, your conscience is clear, right? You can do this and not be affected by it. You can get away with it in your own brain. You'll be guilt-free. No one likes to feel guilt. That's a terrible feeling. So if you justify it to yourself, and there's plenty of people around you, marketing and your friends and family, they all want you to justify it because they want to justify it to themselves too. Everyone wants to justify it. Everyone wants to make an excuse. We make group excuses. Oh, but it's a birthday. It's a celebration. Oh, kick back, relax. Give me a fucking break. You just want to do that yourself. You're just trying to project that to someone else so you could be a fat ass and not have to feel guilty. So when you're going out to eat and party and all this stuff, everyone is just using each other as this social mob mentality to not have any kind of responsibility and to unload that type of guilt. That's all it is. That's all it is when you go out to celebrate. Celebrate what? What the fuck have you done lately to deserve a celebration? What, the sun set and then it rose again? And we changed the number on a calendar? Oh, it's the 1st. Yay, let me drink until I feel fucking ridiculous and go out driving and kill myself. It's stupid. It's stupid. These celebrations do not have to be surrounding being an unhealthy fuck. They really don't. And if you are healthy, if you are on point and you are really focusing all your energy, and I know some of you out there are doing this, so listen up. If you're really doing your thing, let's say I wanted to do this because I really focus on this all the time. There really are no days off, when you're focusing on nutrition and health. If I wanted to, let's say that was important to me, that on New Year's, I would have some drinks, I'll have some fun. That is literally one day out of the year. Is that really going to fuck you up and set you back? Not really. But chances are most people that are so fucking on point and really take care of their health, they're not going to want to do that anyway. But most people that do that, they say, oh, it's only one night. Oh, it's New Year's. They're doing this every day. They're doing this not every day, every week anyway. They're doing it Friday and Saturday. The same people that did it for Christmas, that do it every Friday night, that go out on ladies' night on Wednesday. They're doing it all the time. They just don't, people have a very, very short-term memory. They don't remember back in September when they were doing it every single weekend, 4, 5, 6 times a month. They don't remember October. It's just in the past. They might remember Christmas, but we have a short-term memory. We just keep on moving forward. We're living kind of like in this in between of now and in the future, and we just make excuses. They are excuses. And there's nothing worse than getting a group of people together to make the same excuse. It's not that much different. It's not that much different from every tragedy and every major war and World War II, the Nazis and everything. It's just that mob mentality. It's just different. It's different. It's with food. It's with food. It's with these social events that really have no meaning. And if they do have meaning, why does it revolve around eating garbage foods? Why does it revolve around eating to excess and getting us sick? It's one thing if the standard in our society was health. And on a couple occasions, everyone kind of let loose. But that's not what we're living through. That's what we like to believe. We're like, oh, but it's a holiday. Yeah, but your fucking holiday is every single day because you're eating shit every single day. And then the difference is you're just eating more shit on those holidays. You're just eating more poorly on those days. So it's not like the standard is health. And I've said this before. If today I was like, I'm going to go work out and I'm going to go eat a pizza, I might have diarrhea. I might feel bloated. I might feel sluggish and whatever. Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe for whatever reason, I would feel fine because my body digests things well and it wouldn't impact me that much. But tomorrow I'll have my abs. I'll have my muscle. If anything, I'll be bloated or sluggish, or maybe I'll feel, but I'm not going to lose all the progress that I've put together for the past decades. I won't. One time. And if that was the standard for everyone, it wouldn't make that much of a difference. Then that would be something applicable. But I can't sit here and believe or talk it like it's just one day. It's just one day. It's a holiday. Oh, don't be such a grump. It's because people are fucking eating like shit every day anyway. It's not like you're being fucking perfect and you're really trying hard all the time. You're just making you're just amplifying those mistakes you make on a daily basis. So stop tricking yourself into thinking that it's just one time of the year. It's just the holiday. It's just today. It's just my birthday. Why? The sun rose and set. You were born 30, 40, whatever years ago. What are you celebrating? Are you a child? Why are you celebrating your birthday? Get back to fucking work. It's all that shit. It's all that shit. Headed to a Christmas party later. I'll have my kale burger and sweet potato beforehand. You want to hack those parties? Eat first, and then you're good. Eat first, go have a drink, and you'll be fine. Everyone goes to these things hungry. No, if you eat first, you're going to look at all that food and be like, ugh, gross. And then you'll socialize. It's okay to go to these things. It's okay to be around human beings. I'm not saying go stay at home and don't do anything. It's okay to be around people, but why do you have to eat shit? You can still be and socialize and not eat garbage. Eat first. Go and be like, oh, I'm not hungry, and just have like a beer or have like a drink. Like, all right, so alcohol. I mean, you're a fucking human being. You live. I'm not going to tell you to be a freaking monk. But if you're eating your food first and you have a drink or two, you're not going to lose all your progress. Let's be realistic. Cindy, people have trained to waste time and stay unhealthy. Yeah, well, they have been trained. People train themselves. Everyone likes to think it's part of this big cog in this machine, and the machine is keeping us down. The machine is brainwashing us. No, people are doing that themselves. People are very, 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 very receptive and very happy to be brainwashed. Every single person is doing it themselves. No one is required. Everyone thinks we're part of this big system, the government, they're keeping us down. You have choices. Don't try to tell me when you go to the supermarket, you don't have fucking choices of what you want to buy. You can go over here and buy these foods, or you can go down this aisle and buy these boxed pieces of shit. And most people go down that aisle and buy boxed pieces of shit. You have choices. And it's not that much, it's organic or it's grass-fed. It's so much more expensive. Not when you're not buying all that other crap, plus it fills you up more. It's not more expensive. It's not. You have a choice. You have a fucking choice. As much as you feel like the man is keeping you down, that's just you not taking responsibility for being fat, being lazy, and not doing it. That's you trying to push off responsibility, put it on the fucking government. Some dudes in Washington, D.C. are keeping you fat. Give me a fucking break. You're keeping yourself fat, especially with all this information. Maybe 30 or 40 years ago where your only information was your doctor and it was all biased and it was all a big fucking scam. And you're being told, don't eat fat, don't eat this. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll eat these foods. I'll take this medication. And you don't know any better. That's not the way it is anymore. Now you have phones. You have me yelling at you. This is the reality. You can Google it. It's true. It's not fake. It's not made up. This is reality. You have choices. You can go to the supermarket and you can purchase things. You can go home and you can cook things. You can order things. You can order things that are fucking already made. Well, ordering that food, pre-made meals are so much more expensive. No, they're not. You're looking at it as a raw cost. Imagine you're not purchasing any other food. You're getting these 3 meals a day or whatever from one of these meal prep companies. And there are a lot of great ones out there. I've had my friend Casey, who runs Fit Food Fresh in Boca. They have great quality food. I mean, you can have all this stuff pre-made for you. And if you weigh out the cost of you not spending any money on beverages, for example, drinking water, keeping it regular, and you're not buying any food because you have it all, and you just trade off the cost, what are you spending? Maybe $50 more? Maybe you're saving money because you're not wasting money going to Starbucks and buying all this garbage shit you don't need. Most people don't do those numbers and realize how much money they're spending on shit that is killing them. You have a choice. You have a choice to go and make these foods. You have a choice to go and make better choices. You have a choice to make better choices. You do. No one is holding you back. No one in history has ever been tied to a fucking chair and fed pizza. A lot of you are like, oh, that'd be the best fucking kidnapping ever. No one has ever been force-fed pizza, ever. You go there because you're addicted to it. You go there because you've been exposed to it since you were a child. And over the years, it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. But it's not just pizza. It's not just pizza and beer. It's pizza and beer and sugar and processed foods and pesticides and fucking neurotoxins and all these different flavorings and artificial this and artificial that and replacement this. And there's so much shit that you can be avoiding and that you aren't. It's one thing to not know, but when you have cell phones, when you have Google, when you have the ability to literally get any of this information instantly in your hand, the only question is, can you read? If not, use the accessibility options on your phone and have Siri fucking read it to you. She'll read you the web page. So even if you can't read, she'll read it to you. You all have choices. You all have choices. So when you make the bad choices and you're not making the right choices, you can look at yourself in the mirror and be like, wow, I made the choices that brought me here. That's what I did. I made these choices. It's all you. It's all your responsibility. So if you're not happy, if you're fat, if you're injured, if you're this, it's a sequence of whatever choices you've made. So fuck your resolutions. It starts today. It starts right now. Stop pushing this shit off, because in 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to be stiffer. You're going to be fatter. You're going to be more miserable. And then you're going to use New Year's as some fucking bullshit excuse that's going to progressively get less and less important as it becomes January 15th, February 1st, February 2nd. No one gives a fuck about New Year's resolutions in February. Once that date switches, even like after the 2nd or 3rd week of January, it doesn't mean shit. No one is talking about New Year's resolutions in May. You know why? Because you're tying it to that one date, and that date is going to be gone real quick. So that's not the right way to start. New Year's resolutions are designed to fail. That's why there's New Year's resolutions, and that's why every fucking year people go and make fucking New Year's resolutions, because they never fucking stick to them. If you made the resolution in the first place, you won't have to make it a second time. It should be a New Year's resolution that gets made once and then never has to, but it doesn't. You're always doing it every fucking year. You realize you can make a resolution every day. You can change, you can put your foot down and commit to changing what you do any day of the fucking year, any day of the week. Like today could be your New Year. It's your resolution. You know what? Today, fuck it. I'm not going to do this from this day forward. What's wrong? How is this different? Oh, because it's December 8th. It's so different. No, it's not. It's going to be the same temperature. It's going to be the same sun. It's going to be the same everything. So it's going to be 3 weeks later. Every single day, right? Change doesn't take time. It takes commitment. Oh, but weight loss takes time. No shit. But that's not what needs to change. Your body is not what changes first. It's your mind that has to change. Once you realize that the mind is the most important thing, then you actually get actionable, long-lasting change. If you're just waiting for your physical body to start and then you're going to enjoy, I can't get motivated. I wonder why. Because you haven't fucking done a damn thing. I can't get inspired. Because you're being fucking lazy and you're waiting for someone to do it for you. Take responsibility and fucking start. If you're sitting around waiting to be motivated, you're going to be sitting there for a long time until you can't even fucking stand up and someone's pushing you around in a wheelchair. So you can wait all you want to be motivated. And honestly, if January 1st is what it takes to motivate you, you're not going to get it anyway. You can tell yourself all you want. You're not the type of person that's going to make it happen. You really aren't. If you're waiting for January 1st to lose weight, to make all this change, and you're actually going to make like a long lasting, permanent, lifestyle shift, it's really not going to happen for you. I'll be here. I know people will be joining Swolenormous X and starting their training and everything in January, but everyone that's already in Swolenormous X knows it's a whole shift. And if you're waiting for that one January 1st or January 2nd to start, chances are you're going to quit. You're not going to do it. You're going to be doing stuff you don't like. You'll be doing stuff you don't want to do. Fucking works if you do it. But if you're waiting for that to be your reason, not going to happen because it's not a good enough reason. It's not a good reason. It's not a good reason. It's not going to be enough. It will be for maybe a week or two, but it's not going to be enough. It won't last. It won't last. That's why the gyms are empty in March and February, because it goes for a couple weeks and people just go right back to being lazy fucks. That's how it works. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it today? I would recommend going and checking out the Gain Train. Go check out the latest post, 5 things that are holding you back. It's on swolenormousx.com on the Gain Train blog. You can just go there and click on Gain Train. Check it out. Let's see. Also, remember swolenormousapparel.com. New releases. Go check it out. New releases coming. Just make sure you go check it out so you can get your stuff in for the holidays. And, we'll be here every fucking day. This is the season. 'Tis the season for sick fucking gains. 'Tis the season for rage. Papa Swolio's lit. I'm on. Time for me to go get my pump on. And I highly recommend that you go do the same and stop waiting for someone else to be the inspiration for your fucking health. Take some responsibility and do it yourself. Thank you for joining me for episode 946 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast. In the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. See you tomorrow for 947. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.